Hello and welcome with Learn with Beverly. Today's objective is to show you how to add an anchor to your Wix website or your Wix page. And so also so that it will show on the menu here, all right? Because I have one, and why would I want to do that? Well, I have one long page here with different sections, you see? And I would like person or user to be able to click on the instant download, which I've already created that menu tab and anchor, and it will land here. And it has that word instant download, which they won't see, right? But they will land on this section of the page directly. So we're going to do that again, and so I'm going to show you how I did it, such that it will land here with the Learn with Beverly sewing and embroidery videos, because see, I'm doing a whole revamping of my website. So I thought I would share this with you. And as a bonus, so stay to the end, I am going to show you, I have this graphic here of the thumbnail to one of my videos, and I'm going to show you how to link it to the YouTube video. All right. So let's go back. Actually, we can stay right here. All right, so I want to create the anchor first. So you're going to go to your menu here on the side, the left, and we're going to add elements. Click, there we go. Add the elements, anchor, and I want to anchor, and then I'm going to click this blue anchor. Blue graphic. Okay, what happened? It put a link here, a anchor called Anchor 2. You see that? Because I already have one. And I'm going to move it because if I leave it where it is, you see this blue line, that turquoise blue line? If I leave that anchor where it's located, when the person hits that menu item, it's going to land right here in the middle of the pictures. It wouldn't even see the Learn with Beverly. So we're going to move this to the top of this section. All right. And now I'm going to rename it, because whatever I rename it, that is what is going to show on my menu tab. Rename is now called Anchor 2, and we're just going to call it Sewing. That might be a little long, but let's try Sewing and Embroidery. All right. So I've moved it to the top and I've renamed it. Now I need to put it on the menu tab, because if you scroll on up here, it doesn't show. It's not there yet. So in order to create that, we're going to go to the menu pages on your left-hand side again. This symbol is not it. That's add section. All right, so this symbol, your pages and menu. And I want to add this to it, to my tabs. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, because I have a lot of things which I've created and then made it invisible because I don't want it. I've just made a lot of changes throughout, and I don't want to delete anything. Okay, so anyway, here it says, see this look like a paper clip. It reminds me of an unfolded paper clip, but it's a link item. And here it says add menu item. You can add links, anchors, pages, and more to your menu. So we're going to create that. I clicked. There we go. Okay, I clicked it. And here it said, what do you want to link to? I want to link to a section or anchor. So I'm going to click that. And then the right side, you notice changes, so I can give it some specifics here. Where do I want to link? I want to link to this home page. That's the page I'm linking to. And then I'm going to tell it where on the page I want to link. Where on this page, not that section. So I'm going to click this down arrow, so I can see what else is available for me. And I am looking for what I just created, that sewing and embroidery. There it is. And you see the little anchor symbol next to it. So you know you have the right thing. And then click done. It's now going to create a spot on my menu page, and I can name, I think earlier I said that when I named the anchor, it will show up here. Well, you can name that anchor 1 if you want it, but the name of the menu item actually is going to show here. I just happen to name them the same thing. Probably what I should say. So I'm going to name mine the same thing, and it's going to be called Sewing and Embroidery. So again, even though I named my anchor on that first step, I named my anchor Sewing and Embroidery, I could name it something different here. I just choose not to. I'm naming it the same thing. For me, it keeps it straight and simple in my head. Right, so done. Voila, it scrolls right where I want it to be. You see that? Isn't that nice? Okay, I just love it when things work. All right, so now let's go to the menu so you can actually see that menu item, that menu tab. I'm sorry. Okay, there it is. Now look what happened. It put it, sewing and embroidery is now my second item, and instant and download is my third. It doesn't matter. But I want to show you it didn't move. Now let's say I don't want sewing and embroidery to be that second item on my tabs. I can move it anywhere here. And how do I do that? Go back to your menu page. I just think this is real important for you to know. So I can, you see these, those 4 dots and how the, watch, so you're gonna go away from it. I touch it. It's telling me that I can move it wherever I want to move it. So let's see, where do I want this? Let's say I'm going to move it just right. I want to move it after my instant download. So I'm going to just drag it. Voila. It's taking me back there, but let's go back to home. I have to go back up here because I'm designing. It's not testing yet. Okay, so then it did move. Let me close this window. All right, so now you see instant downloads first, and then my sewing and embroidery tab is third. Now let's go preview so you can see it in action. I just clicked my preview button to the upper left there. All right. All right, so it's showing me the top of the page, and we want to click sewing and embroidery. Voila, it goes to that section. Skips everything else and goes directly to that section. All right. So thus far, if you have learned something that you can use and go, oh, yes, that's what I've been wanting to know, please click like. You can share it as well so you can help your friends out, and subscribe. Now, here's the bonus. I have a graphic or the thumbnail of a video, but I want to, now if I try to hit it, nothing's going to happen. Okay. So I want to be able to link it to YouTube. If you want to know how to actually just embed it into your website without them leaving your website, let me know in the comments and I'll do that as well. But let's go back to editor and we're just going to create a link for that. Okay. But before I do, I also know that I need to know where that is in my YouTube. But let's just go here so you'll see. All right, I said I wanted to create a link. So I am selecting the graphic, in this case, my thumbnail I had created. That's my graphic, right? I am going to click on this link button. And again, the page comes up like we saw earlier. It says, what do you want to link to? Well, this time I don't want to go to a page on that page means it's going to be within my website. I want to go to outside of my website at this point, and I'm going to go to that web address. Okay. I'm going to a web address, so that means that I need to know my URL. I need to know that URL. And it says, how does it open? Am I going to open a new window or a current window? We're going to open in a new window. So I'm now going to take a moment and let's go find the URL of that video that I want. And I want the URL from this one. So here it is, my link. And it says, okay, so I'm in my video details and it shows my video link and I'm just going to copy my video link. And then I'm going to go back to my Wix website editor. And now I'm going to paste that URL. So then you paste your URL into that slot. I've already said that we're going to do the new window, and then we do done. Before I click done, I want to say this, because this happened to me and I didn't know what was wrong. And that is, if you have a space here, do I have a space? No. But if you had a space, it's not going to save. Okay. And so it's going to say you have check your URL. Well, you said my URL is correct. You have a space in the front. That's why. Okay. So get rid of that space and you're good. And then click done. That is it. Now, if I remember correctly, even if when I preview, it's not going to go to the site until it's live. Yeah, it just said it. Okay. Oh, but it did. All right. Hey, there it is. Oh, my twins. Okay, stop. Okay, if y'all want to see that, go look it up. It's a good video. But yes. So let's go back to the editor. It did click. So in my preview, I was able to click and test it. I couldn't remember, but it did do it. So that's awesome. So that's how you create a link to your graphic or your picture. All right. So that is it, my friends. You have learned today how to create an anchor on your Wix website, as well as how to create a link to your graphic. If you want to know how to embed it into your website without leaving, just let me know in the comments. See you soon. Thank you for listening and learning with Beverly. Bye-bye.